We have Deacon Sam Lee. He's a pro-life lobbyist with the campaign Life Missouri. And just a couple of days ago, we marched in the Midwest March for Life together. Deacon Sam.
And I've got 3 minutes, so I'm going to do this very quickly here. I'm going to only talk about state legislation, pro-life legislation, because that's my area of expertise. And I'm not going to talk about the debate about whether to pass a personhood amendment or a heartbeat bill or an outright ban on abortion. There are a lot of people who have a lot of thoughts on that matter. I'm going to talk about some of the things that we've done in Missouri in the last, well, quite a few years. I've been lobbying there. This is my 28th year lobbying for pro-life. And what we've done in Missouri is that we've been able to reduce abortions so that in 2010, we had the fewest number of Missouri women have abortions since the 1973 Roe v. Wade decision. And then also, we have reduced the number of abortion clinics. At one time, in the mid-80s, there were 10 abortion clinics in Missouri. Now there's only one that is operating in St. Louis. And there are a lot of reasons, and law is only one of them. But the types of things that we've done have been the traditional laws that you should all be aware of, the parental consent laws, and the bans on funding, Medicaid bans on funding for abortion, and the informed consent laws, and ultrasound and things like that. And I basically divide pro-life legislation, and this is a little bit simplistic, into 3 categories. First are those laws that make abortions harder to get, and that would be laws that restrict abortion clinics and abortion doctors. Secondly, it'd be laws that remove our involvement with the abortion industry. So those would be bans on funding for abortion, and also conscience protection and things like that. And third are laws that make it easier for women not to have abortions. And those are probably the ones, maybe if you think about it, you think, well, yeah, that'd be like maybe choose life license plates that some states have, or a handful of states have funding for alternatives to abortion. But we've tried to do those things and a few more in Missouri. We passed a law a few years ago that provides state income tax credits for those who donate to maternity homes and those who donate to pregnancy resource centers. So if you give $1,000 to a PRC in Missouri, you get $500 back under state income tax in addition to a federal tax deduction. We also have been funding since the mid-1990s alternatives to abortion services, a modest amount. It's been as high as $2 million, but this year $1.5 million. We've also tried to do things that have been in the news lately in terms of conscience protection and removing involvement. Things like abortion coverage and insurance policies, we dealt with those. We passed a law back in 1983. And so these are issues that, yes, they're in the forefront right now because of Obamacare, but things that states can do. And I think my time is just about up. So anyway, there are a lot of ideas. I encourage creativity. I think there's more ideas that we've even thought of how to reduce abortions in our various states. Thanks.